Is the CoBrA movement still relevant today? Is the CoBrA movement still relevant today? To answer this, we first need to look at what CoBrA was and its role in art history. CoBrA was an international art movement that began in 1948. It was formed by artists from Copenhagen, Brussels, and Amsterdam, which is how it got its name. Key figures included Karel Appel, Constant, Corneille, Christian d'Autremont, and Oscar Jorn. Their approach was quite radical for its time, focusing on spontaneity, experimentation, and breaking away from traditional art forms. They drew inspiration from children's drawings, folk art, and the works of artists like Paul Klee and Joan Moreau. Although the movement lasted only a few years and officially disbanded in 1951, its influence has been significant. The core ideas of CoBrA revolved around freedom of expression. The artists rejected strict rules in art and embraced raw, instinctive creativity. They aimed to create art that was accessible and emotional, connecting to everyday life rather than being confined to galleries or academic standards. They were also interested in social and political ideas, particularly those linked to Marxism and modernism, but their main focus was always on the act of making art. When we think about the relevance of CoBrA today, we can see how its ideas have made their way into contemporary art practices around the world. Many current artists and movements value spontaneity and experimentation, which were key principles of CoBrA. The movement's focus on process over product and on art as a living practice can be seen in street art, digital art, and performance art today. From a global perspective, CoBrA's legacy is evident in how artists now freely mix styles and borrow from folk traditions. The movement's rejection of rigid boundaries between art forms and its celebration of diversity have encouraged artists worldwide to experiment and challenge conventions. This openness has helped shape a more inclusive and dynamic art scene. Practical applications of CoBrA's influence are visible in art education. Teachers encourage students to experiment and trust their instincts. Community art projects often draw on local traditions and collective creativity. Museums and galleries continue to exhibit CoBrA works and reference the movement in exhibitions about modern and contemporary art, showing its lasting impact. While CoBrA itself was short-lived, its spirit continues to thrive. The movement's ideas about freedom, experimentation, and the value of art made outside established institutions remains as important for artists and audiences around the world. In this way, CoBrA is still relevant today, not as a formal group, but as a set of principles that inspire new generations of artists across cultures.